Okay. Hello, hello, hello. This is going to be a late night reading of concern and awareness for all who have subscribed. Hello, Neelam. How are you? What's going on, goddess? I'm gonna do a late night reading. You good? Good. Good. I'm okay. I'm okay. Trying to stay awake for a little bit longer. I fried some fish. I was intending to save half, but I ate a lot. So, yeah, fighting off sleep, which is always a good time to do a reading. So, thought I'd come back, and I got another message for whoever needed it. Sure. See? So maybe I needed to come here and give you a message. It helps keep me awake too. Whatever works. Do you want to do something in particular, like numbers or something? Or was there something in particular? Damn, Lunar. I said it was interesting. That's all. I also did you hear any of the other stuff that I said? Or did you just cherry pick one? That wasn't me, that was 6. I want to make sure all the energies in the room are correct before I read for Neelam. So is there something you want to get squared off? Or that wasn't my thought, it was a suggestion. And it was an interesting one, considering that I wasn't doing the reading for you. So I thought it was interesting. Would you like some? Do you want to discuss it? I definitely want to make sure you're comfortable. No doubts, we're all learning, we're all getting to know each other. There's concerns. And I want you guys to understand that as a person who's gone through some things, I'm sure you have too. I know that you also sense the energy of others. So that's something that we learn when we are people like we are. And I know you know what the fuck I mean right now. So I am savage about certain topics. And I just won't make apology about that. And especially when it comes to women and the things that we have to fight against. We have to wake up in the morning and fight our fat asses into a pair of jeans. I don't know about you, but I do. Hopefully you don't, but I do. And you know, it'd be nice to walk outside with a tight shirt on and not have to worry about my safety or any of those things, but that's not the world we live in. So when I sense certain energies and they come through, I'm gonna poke back for me, for my own damage, and for any other woman or man who's had to suffer the damage of someone who is an oppressor. So I'm going to be savage with certain energies, and then I'm going to be of service to the others. To the sleepwalkers, I might give you a reading. I might also take your fucking face off. To the goddesses, I pray that I am of service to you. And that is all. So, I will, if somebody comes in here and says something sideways to you and I catch it, I'm going to take their fucking face off. You're one of the day ones. You've been here for a minute. And we cool. Just want you to make sure that I respect you and appreciate you being here. But when Vanessa blew, I'm going to speak weird in third person. When the porn star half of me can sense certain energies, and I was correct if you watched the video. I found out who that was. I was more than correct. So that was actually a personal situation. So, I consider you a day one, since I really am getting into this in a certain way and putting dedication to this. At the beginning, I was kind of sampling the land, making a decision, do I really want to stick this out? Now, if you don't feel connected, I can dig it. I'm reading what you wrote. He was in the chat the whole time asking it. Oh, okay, it wasn't about the question. It wasn't the question. It was the energy. Hi, Angel. It was the energy that was familiar to me. So, it's a remote viewing thing that sometimes has really strange accuracy. Weird stuff. But, nonetheless, just want to make sure everybody's cool. We cool. Hi, Manishka. Thank you. Hello, Liana. See, I hear what you're saying. Luna, I didn't even see like every single, if it was happening a lot, when I'm reading, I'm kind of elsewhere. So, I don't see all of it, but what I did catch caught my attention. So I reacted. I'm not always going to be in control of my chaos. It happens. Especially when that was a very familiar energy. So I don't want to channel that data back in. 6, clear the air. Thank you. One more time.
Good question.
Yes, let's move on to a question. I agree. Neelam, my apologies for the diversion, if you are still here. And now I'm going to listen, as I'm talking about this, trying to suppress my chaos, it's like 10 more cups of coffee to my system. So, trust, y'all, I'm going to do everything in my power to never let y'all see where I can go mentally. Yeah, a little sin brings it back in. Okay. All right. Yes, Neelam, I apologize. Luna apologizes. A little sister love, little pounding it out right there. Sorry about that. We're all back in hyper goddess mode. Zzz. And hyper god mode too for you guys that are in here. All right, give me a direction, Neelam. I can't choose for you and I should not in this moment. So give me a direction. You want to pull a card? You can start there. Got cards or numbers. I wouldn't wait for me with letters right now. I don't think that's a good idea at all. You could just go straight for cards. I don't know, something. Give me direction. Card. Okay. I'm starting with numbers so I can get my mind back on track, so I don't start yelling. Okay. My first feeling is like wondering if someone is cheating or doing something they shouldn't be doing. That's one. It's questioning the physical behaviors of somebody. You're drinking coffee. Okay. Please redirect my energy if I'm wrong, Neelam. If I'm way the fuck off. This is about love or relationships. Something planning. Lunar, you took my mind in another direction. Now I want to pull out some whips and chains and beat somebody's ass. And my cards are turned the wrong way. Let's go. You're single right now. Thank you. I need a better direction than this. Clarifying. This feels like conversations that need direction. Things that aren't working out too well with the conversation. Things out of balance. Somebody doing wrong. The Knight of Wands is here at the end, though, and the Princess of Wands is here at the start. Then we get Justice and the Chariot. But they're in reverse. Let me get that there. Looks like somebody like taking action against oneself, throwing things out of balance. somebody wanting to take control over a situation or wanting freedom. That sits in the center here. Somebody feeling restrained, like. But then we have the Princess and the Knight. So we've got two energies here. So are you trying to call somebody in or questioning wanting someone? What is this? Who's the rock star coming in fast with this? I mean, like, here's the charmer coming in. And are you pushing someone away here with this energy? As a princess here, you can, if this is you, I'm not saying it is. You're doing shadow work these days? What's shadow work? Okay, so clarify shadow work. Is that like black magic or something? Hold on. Hello, Glitter Goblin and Michael. How are you? Hello, Cheryl. What's going on in your world? Okay. Maybe that's your, okay. Is it okay, if you are trying to heal from childhood trauma or that's what's going on, there's just, I get a dominant energy. So these could be memories, if that's where you're going with this. And then we get the test here that's in reverse. So what comes out here though is angels being at work with you. Get a 6 and a 7 for you. So it's like you're on this journey, but there's something that is being avoided in this process. And there's a wanting, like waiting and a wanting for something. But this is my card of that type of health issue. Just out of curiosity, Neelam, is there somebody in your environment who reminds you of the damage or the childhood trauma? Is there somebody that you still communicate with or in your environment who you haven't, somebody connected to the childhood trauma still in your environment? Is there, rather? your ex. Well, that's interesting. 7 and 6. So, I can get this right. So, 7 and 6 hang out here pretty heavily. But what is over them is this cycle, which I'm applying to the ex, or whoever reminds you of the damage. That's why the test would be in reverse. So there's a heart opening, closing issue here. It's very hard to heal, so the picture that comes to mind is a car driving through a home, and how the home could never ever be stable or secure as it was again if you don't get the fucking car out of the side of the house. 5 is here in reverse. So there's like this off balance issue of the self, but exacerbated by surroundings. Still confusion there. I feel like there's some stuff that needs to be said but can't be said, maybe by you or your person. Crisis management is what I'm hearing, but why? So there's some strength issues that need to be dealt with here. You got the power ball, which is always my card of completion needs to happen. So an ending of some sort needs to happen here. If that person is still in your space, that might be messing with your healing time. But 'cause I'm sorry, it feels like, I don't know if it's the past or the ex. There's just this dominant energy that leads your reading. And then ones come back again. So maybe this person is controlling or pushy or rude. Maybe they're not the comfortable type of energy that helps with healing. And if you guys, I apologize, I just saw that. Yes, I told you guys. Luna, just so you can see. Let's see. Anybody else need to go? Did I miss anything? Literally thing. I see what you wrote there, Leonard, about shadow work. That's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Sounds complicated. And guys, don't worry about the rude. Remember, when you see stuff like that, bear in mind I'm a little bit of a, I told you I'm a dominatrix. So there are subs who will step far out of line to get attention. That's what they do. Stupid is as stupid does. Now, Neelam, yeah, you might have to get some quiet time for yourself. It feels like, especially if people aren't going to give you the support that you need and deserve at this time. Six of Cups. So, yeah, this is the card for me. Like, it could be for innocence, can be for issues with family. But you need cooperation from others, and if you can't get it, you might need to push people back if possible. That makes it very difficult to heal. Do not tell anybody where you're from. Angel, where's everyone from? No one type where you're from. What the fuck? Bro. I get weird on shit like that. It's a room full of women. You want to flirt or something? We can... I'll let you come in on the live. You can give us a lap dance, a virtual lap dance or something. I'm game. Nobody type. How about just hi? Neela might get another six. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you have somebody in your environment that reminds you of abuse. So how are you going to heal? How are you going to heal from that? And I think I'm not saying anything you don't already know. I'm not saying anything you don't already know. So it's complicated, but the truth is, and you know this, or you forgot for 5 minutes, the truth is you do have the tools to deal with this for the space that you need. Just take some focus, some thought. You have the tools. Let's see if Six has any suggestions, or if he's just going to be emotional right now. Children on the playground.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
I do think if you give yourself a moment, maybe healing needs to happen or be focused on after you figure out the situation around you. Your comfort zone has to be in place for you to get the, if you can't lean on the others, maybe you have to make space for self. And Glitter Goblin, are you male or female? Oh, you stay with your family. That's the dominant energy. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Is there something that you can do that would be a benefit to others, like volunteering somewhere? Like in my younger years, I was a volunteer in a hospital. Sometimes stuff like that can be very helpful. Might be something to consider. Hey, Eskimo. Now, listen. We could divert the topic for a second. I don't mind doing it with the ladies, but with you guys, if it sounds like flirting, I'm going to block your fucking ass. We're doing readings. So, I get the sensation of tricky, crafty behavior. And Glitter, you're female. Lovely. Okay. And yes, there are classes for domination if you choose. No worries. I just don't want the guys to suddenly like launch into the chat like, I was waiting for that. Who wants to see pictures of my junk? Because of my other life, that's gonna happen at some point. Let me forewarn everybody. I've sat here quietly and I'm not pushing to have fans appear in this chat. There are some of y'all in here that know me from there, and you're still here because I haven't blocked your ass. Because you've stayed chill. You've been cool. And I love that. This is not any of the, it's no playboy, naughty. It's not. Occasionally it'll be my fucked up mouth. It won't be about what's going in it. It'll be what's coming out of it over here. So it's the, So some of my fans are going to get excited when they see me get angry. And so they are going to try to provoke. So at some point, I have 130,000 plus followers on Twitter. And according to StreamYard, I have 10 people sitting here in the chat. So shh. Shh. I'm incognito. Thank you, Glitter. Gigi. So, no one's going to tell anyone that I'm here. Over here being weird. Now, do we need to go into collective reading now? Or is there anything else you want me to answer directly or specifically, Neelam? 6 keeps returning. I'll tell you what, though. Whatever you're going through, when you come out of it, when you get to the other side, that test, what you're learning right now is about the lower half of the other selves. But you do need to give yourself a breathing reset. Some kind of reset. Take a break. You have to learn how to navigate space. Gotta learn how to, is there a library, something cool that you can go do that gives you a break from hearing the mouths of the others, that allows you to, some type of guided assistance or assistance to others. Something like that. And Lotus, to what you said about reading it harshly. Uh-huh. Mhm. Neelam, you just got to find some place that's your own. I was a weird loner kid with all that I'd gone through. So I liked libraries, reading books. Can do that all day, but if there's any libraries left, are there? Um, but volunteering was something I could do all day and not be in the presence of the others. So sometimes you got to think of something you can do that gives you space. Hmm. And lets you focus on maybe helping the healing of others. Like, this shit helps me. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, it's like, okay, I could learn all the extra data to work with remote viewing, but hey, the cards aren't so bad. And if it's helping you guys and it gives you something else to consider on your journey, then that's actually really priceless to my learning. So sketching, and look, see, and then real shit. Drawing is my weakest element of myself, and displaying myself or sharing anything like, ooh, look at my writing, it's horrible. It's a great shame. I would rather strip naked and walk into traffic than sit here and show all of my artwork or anything I've drawn. Even if it's remote viewing missing people. I'm like weird, like emotional and scared. But everybody coming in here that I'm of service to in any way at all, y'all can all draw. That ain't no fucking accident. Some of y'all is some whole ass artists. That is not an accident. I'm like, okay, the coding is real. You love drawing. My stick figures aren't even attached. Like, the head is over here and the arm. It's 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 sad. It's very, very sad. It's very lame. And so yes, see, Luna agrees. Oh, okay, Eskimo, but you still wasn't detached body parts. Like, we might be a little new. I think remote viewing allows a little room to be not good. I don't think I've seen any really like, oh my God, their artwork was good on anybody's RV work. But when you can sit down and take like a pad and or like a frame, art frame, and just start sketching something out of nowhere, like what? And then make it look okay. It's tough. It's tough. So, okay, I'm sorry. We drifted. Let's bring it back in. 6, let's bring us back in. Who needed a question? I'm sorry. Was it Sumaya who asked? Angel asked what the rest of 2021 will be. Uh, we could do that too. Unless Sumaya bounced. Okay. 6, can you reset this conversation?
That's a lot of damage.
Okay, anything else? So who's dealing with mad hoes? Nishta. Fair enough. Okay, thank you, 6. That was, you surprise us all the time. Apparently Nishta's dealing with some mad hoes. Okay, let's find out. I'm not even sure why I grabbed that deck. Wow. That's interesting. At the bottom of the deck. Okay. So is there going to be a problem between your best friend, Manish? Okay. Yes or no? Let's get to that first. Well, this isn't. No. So I get no. Shiny lights. Okay. So I get a no, but there's some confusion going on. Ha. And then yes comes out in 9. This is actually my number for haters. So there are some mad hoes. Indeed. But I don't know if this is something you're on the outside of, or you're wondering if you should get in the middle of it. At this time, the answer is no, though. But there's a trust energy or a trust issue, loyalty issue. The only thing that keeps coming to me is to stay out of it. Stay out of it. That's all I keep getting is stay out of it. You've been having bad dreams about us. Maybe you should fix that focus of yours. Maybe you should do a little exercise before you go to sleep. Oh, you're in a cycle. Okay. You're in a cycle. Why? What is your issue? You're overthinking something. You're overthinking this situation a lot. Why are you involved? Why do you care this much? People have to have experiences, you know. They really do. But people grow up and people express egos. I still get the same day to stay out of it. Stay out of this. I don't know, people have to grow and find their own way, but I feel like you getting in the middle of this is unwanted input. Six, do you have anything for Nishta?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Anything else?
Don't stop, yeah, hey. Don't stop, yeah, hey.
Okay, so you won't stop. Never mind. Did you really show some art? Who said I had art? If we're going to talk about art, I can show jewelry I've made. That's artistic. I don't have any art. I just said I draw stick figures with detached heads and arms. And they're all wearing dresses, even the guys. That's not right. That's, I mean, in this world, yeah, it is, but that's not the intention of the drawing. It's not intended. It's lack of skill. Okay, Miss Bonita. Oh, lovely green. Oh, and Miss Bonita, this is 6. I'm probably one of the last people on the planet with an iPhone 6. So I have a meme app, and when you shake it, it plays tons of different random sounds, memes. You know, these things you young whippersnappers enjoy. So I find that it sometimes is quite profound and connected to the readings. And 6 likes to say fucked up shit every now and again. Okay, Eskimo and I have the 2 last dinosaurs on the planet. We are preserving them for the Smithsonian. You're welcome. You don't even have an iPhone? Oh. Are you an Android lover? Are you an Android? Are you against phones altogether and off the grid? I respect either one. I got you beat on the phone. What are you rolling with a 4? Now about shorties. See, I don't want to give up my phone. Till they have to stop working for me to let go of my phone. Now, you're welcome, Nishta. Angel, you're dealing with potholes on the streets? Now I'm thinking about a song called Potholes in My Lawn. Who sang that? That was the rappers. Rappers. Potholes in My Lawn. Was that? That wasn't Tribe Called Quest. De La Soul. It's De La Soul. Okay. Oh, 6. Reset this conversation.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
Who's falling and can't get up? Who's having a moment of down? I know I am listening to my dog snoring over there. He is loud. Miss Bonita. I mean, okay. I see what you wrote, Eskimo. Okay. Miss Bonita, yes, that's my dog. He's 160 pounds. It sounds like a whole human on the other side, right? Moose. Shh. Okay, that's going to last for about 30 seconds. Let's go. Okay. Yes, he's very loud. Okay, Miss Bonita, focus on your question, not the dog. Ask your question again to yourself. Eskimo. Can I tell you, he's done that since the first day when he was a puppy. He's always snored like that. And then it's it's messed up because he does that when I'm talking. I sit here all day and I'm like working, editing, whatever I'm doing, he's quietly sleeping or he goes outside. But the minute I start talking, because I do talk to him a lot, he snores and then it just stays that way. So when yeah, I could move him to another room, but he would just claw at the door. And you don't want a 160-pound animal clawing at any door in where you live. You don't want that. You don't want that. I think he thinks I'm talking to him. So he can see me on the TV because I have the TV monitoring the chat, but he also sees me editing, so I don't think he is getting it that it's me. I don't think he gets the whole live interaction thing. So right now he thinks I'm talking to him. And my dog is a Rottweiler. He's huge, gigantic, and spoiled. And he's always had some type of like grunting when he communicates. It's just okay. So, Bonita. Now the snoring is bad, the farts are worse. The farts are worse. But your answer is yes, Miss Bonita. For the masculine, yes. There is going to be contact, but there's been some type of separation by choice or denial by choice. You might be dealing with somebody who, I won't start calling names. That's going to trigger my chaos. So your answer's there. Sadia. Will who come back to you? Miss Bonita, by my understanding of what karma is, everyone is a karmic. Everyone is going to teach you something or help you balance energy or throw you off. So I'm not sure how you mean karmic. Your boyfriend. Okay. Sadia. Oh, sad love songs. Now I'm hearing them. 6. Do you have anything for Sadia?
Nope.
That was rude. That was rude. Let's try that again. Do you have anything supportive for Sadia?
Sometimes my genius is. It's almost frightening.
That was pretty egotistical. One more, please.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Sounds like divine intervention created a separation, but you want to undo the work. Sadia. Miss Bonita, I always do want to say more. I just don't. Maybe that changes in time as I'm less of, nervous and afraid of sitting here. This is work for me. I do a lot better when never mind. I'm not going to feed that data. Thank you. Is your boyfriend going to come back to you, Sadia? At this time, right now, it's a no. But in the middle here becomes a yes. Union feels like your person. Like you're dealing with somebody who's in and out, in and out. But there's a loss of protection and health and trust that's coming or is already there in this connection. What do you miss? Ooh, girlfriend. Ooh, this person, whoever you're focused on, ruins your luck. Not good energy at all. No. This is a bad look. You may be wanting someone who is really and truly low quality. Whoever this is makes you forget your own gifts. You lose awareness focusing on this person. That's fairly obvious. Even if you don't get this person back, you are manifesting a return of said energy. Meaning someone like that person. And you're focused because you're bored. You should be doing something with yourself. There's a test you need to take care. It's awareness of self. There's a lesson to be learned. Some people are lessons, others are blessings. Sometimes you get a lucky combination of both, or unfortunate. But this is my card of like the test. Have you learned your lesson? Your guides are giving you space to learn that. What trust is supposed to look like, or giving you space to find someone who you can trust, who's trustworthy. There's a dominant energy here in who you're searching for or wanting. This person might be a jerk, or they lean towards controlling you. If this person isn't, and you swear they're not, then it's you with the control issues. There's a cycle that you want to get a hold of before that spins out of control. So in this other person you're looking for, it's a mirror of self. One of y'all ain't right in the head. I'm just putting that out there. So your timeline gets blocked at this time, okay? Your timeline gets blocked so that you have an opportunity to experience your higher self. For safety, can be for, it's just sometimes divine intervention. Whoever this person is has the potential to ruin your trust for future relationships. This is baggage material 101. You say your person unblocked you, and why? I don't know how old you are, my dear, but guys play games. He blocked you and then he wait, okay. Checkmate. Wait, check head. So this person blocked you? They had you on block? Like no talk to you? Is that what you're saying, Sadia? They blocked you and then unblocked you? Is that? Oh, girlfriend, look. Sadia. Did you hear that, 6? Sadia 6 wants to say something to you. I just know it.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? Anything else, 6?
I am no man, but that thing. It scares me.
One more, please.
That's a lot of damage.
That is. Why did your person block you? Why did your person block you? That's no. Okay. Two separate parts of energy. One has love. One has the ability to love. The other has the ability to exist like a wrecking ball. Honey, honey, honey. Okay? This is the heart of a heartless motherfucker that you're wanting. I'm sorry I have to curse at you. I apologize. You get the gold Powerball here, though, in my cards. You have the ability to point your lasers in the direction of people who haven't figured themselves out. You may be a little too mature for the person you're focused on. You may be a little too immature to accept what's happening or what that person is doing. Okay? But you get the finish, the constant start, stop, in, out, finish. This person is playing games. They turn their back, you will wait. They'll come back because they know you'll let them in. That's what people do sometimes. Sometimes that's good for their ego, no matter what kind of damage it puts on others. Okay? So, okay. So here you got this need for growth. Okay? It's time for you to get some growth. Grow the fuck up. Right? There's some healing you need to do. Because whoever this person is that you're focused on, you're going to date that person over and over and over again. This can be because you have scattered thoughts, you're insecure. Other people can sense that about you and they will flock to you because they know that they can go in and out with you. Okay, they might sense your introverted nature. Okay, so there's some type of skill you have you could be working on or something you enjoy that will be good for profit, money, work, something like that. Maybe not focusing on the low quality individuals that will serve themselves long before they serve you. You might be inviting in instability in others. Okay? Bullies. Later on in life when your money's good, you might be the chick who ends up with the guy who likes to lay on your couch and eat all your ice cream. I wouldn't go for that shit. So that is definitely not a situation you want to expand and grow and build under. On you didn't ever. Nobody's swinging from your boobs. That's too much. But I'm nosy. Success can come for you in getting over some bullshit in the others. You got to learn how to get over energies that don't serve your best or your higher good. Sometimes they're just fun to look at. Sometimes these guys should just be observed. You should look at them, flirt a little bit, and then go on about your business. Because you are bringing in people that'll put you in a place where you're wondering about restarting. Cycle. Recycle. Drawing in people who have options and are making use of them. Selfish energy, confusion. Perhaps even people who won't take responsibility for what they say or do, their output. So 5 just keeps fucking coming back. 5. There's 5 in there. There's 5 in there. There's 5 in there. So you get a lot of like start and stop on love and pleasure. And it's not, if you want to alter the code, then you come over here and hang out with my farting ass dog. Okay, so dog's cutting up. If you want to break this coding, you gotta like knock off the focus on shitheads. It's about knowing your own worth, knowing your own value, and not letting other people like fuck with that. So you get these choice moments where you can power up or you can lose your power. But there's going to be a lot of start and stop energy if you don't learn how to harness that. Needing to be needed, wanting to be wanted. What were your parental units like? Were they thirsty, lusty? What were they like in relationships? Because you are following that data. So you need to look at that data. What are they doing? Are they happy? Is that where I want to be when I'm their age? And then look at the people you're taking interest in. What's the similarities? So that's this restart button. When is it going to happen? How about now? It's thirst. It's bad focus. It fucks with your power. It fucks with your self-worth. Most importantly, the value, it's your self-worth. It's gold. But if you notice on the outside, it's got silver harnessing it in, right? And in that silver, it's like there's this indifferent individual that you may draw in a lot. People who just kind of don't give a fuck. And they'll box you in or let you box yourself in. People who have like low levels of sympathy and understanding. Ugh. So you want to get a hold of this, know your self-worth, your vision changes, and then you can use these as eyes to see who's coming your way who deserves to be breathing your air, is all I'm saying. And Angel's right. We do always want what we can't have. That's why married men get laid and get women throwing themselves at them all day long. Guys don't even have to be married. Guys, you want women to flirt with you? I don't know why nobody tells y'all this. Put a ring on. Put a wedding ring on and dress a little bit nicer than usual when you go out. Women will be looking at this shit like, oh, he's taken. It's a challenge. Cue the Jaws music. I don't know if it's a figuring the self out, Angel. That's not what it feels like. If he blocked her and then he unblocked Sadia, that's some game shit. That's game. He's playing games. He blocked, then he unblocked. He's playing games. No, he's playing games. Those are games, and you're not a therapist. You're not his mother. You're not the doctor. If your head is on right and you know how to communicate, why don't you deserve the same in somebody who, you're interested in? Nobody should leave you wondering. That's not a game to play. Take care of yourself in the meantime. Take the break and make sure you're not attracting in other energies like that. Right. So you want to make sure that listen, what that person is doing to you is what you will learn to do to others. That's baggage material. So don't focus too much on this. And yeah, if he blocks you, leave it. Leave it. Leave it be. Move forward, because you're just creating karma for yourself with the focus. You lose time. What if the person who would treat you better treat you like the goddess that you are? You don't even see that person because you're focused on that. You hung out every day for months. Yeah, Miss Bonita. Games. Y'all can argue me all you fucking want to. If this person is over the age of 18, those are called games. You guys don't get an excuse with me. You just don't. If he hung out around you for months, they were doing the block game and all that stuff, somebody's reacting poorly to something that hasn't been honestly discussed. And he's not giving you a chance to honestly discuss it. He's not coming to honestly discuss it. So the block game is a game. Somebody's saying, okay, I'm being reactive. I don't like it. Or I want to get your attention. And I know you monitor me that closely. So I'm going to block you and see if you cut the fuck up. Will you go crazy? Prove how much you care about me. How sorry do you feel for me? Are you interested in talking? What are you going to do? Or let me block you because I'm over here and I want to see. It just dangle puppet on a string. No, no, no. That is not a game you want to play. You had an argument. And if that person can't come back and talk to you, when? When you build a relationship like that, let's say he came back tomorrow and he said, okay, I want to be with you. Did you discuss the argument? You haven't gotten past that. They haven't spoken on what their contribution to the damage is. Have you spoken on yours? Communication is everything. And the minute that breaks apart and nobody wants to come back to the table to work on it, what relationship do you have? You have resentment. You have the weeds of confusion that take over. Now he's stalking your past. Okay, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want, Bonita? Fuck the guy. What do you want? You want this person back? Okay. Listen, whatever they did, they're not doing right by you. So what do you want? Who cares what they do on the side? That ain't got nothing to do with you. You wondering too much. And you're a fixed energy, clarifying for the room, a sleepwalker. Bonita, you have an opportunity to wake the fuck up, but you're sleeping. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. You're sleeping on yourself. You're sleeping on the best thing you can do is make sure the person who belongs in your space respects the space. And if you guys spent time together and they're not able to come and conversate with you, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. It creates issues. And you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that energy at all. You deserve somebody who can communicate. You deserve somebody who wants to grow with you. But before that can happen, you got to grow too. And you got to know what's acceptable and what's not. You got to know what's acceptable and what's not. And you deserve respect. You deserve honesty. If you want to use the word stunting, you can, but it's a lesson. How about that? It's a lesson, You read it. You read that chapter of the book for so long you fell asleep on the desk. You drooled a little. Now you sit up. You get the little drool off right there, and you get back on the ball. Not literally on the balls. Oh my God. Oh God. I didn't mean that. You know what I'm saying though. You get it back together. You focus on you stuff. You don't get back on the ball. Good God. I'm gonna try to not do that again. Sorry for the 30 talk. That was horrible. This will be a joint next time. You found out his mother was your son's day school teacher? Oh yeah, that's some lesson. That was a lesson that got revealed to you before you had the lesson. Mm-hmm. So you know his mother. So you already know the dynamic of the situation you're working with. So you know. So you know the situation. You know who you're fucking with. Because you see the mom. So you got the data. Make that motherfucker come to you correct. If he wants you, he got to come correct. Otherwise, it was a good lesson. And turn the page. 6, you got anything to go with that data?
Gotcha, bitch.
Exactly. He grew up in a domestic violence home. Ooh. Did you grow up in a domestic violence home? Oh. Were you abused, Miss Bonita? Were you also in an abused upbringing? I mean, I don't need details. Just if you were, then okay, there's some common ground there, but okay. I don't have anything that's going to be uplifting to say here. Because I too come from a violent childhood, all that stuff. There's some people that may take you off your course if you wrap yourself into a double damage situation, especially if neither one of you are seeking therapy for it or getting that in between help. You know what I'm saying? One of you may be a little bit more aware than the other. So if it's a situation where you're looking to support somebody on that level, then you wait for your person to figure it out. But if you're not looking to support somebody on that level, you need to be very realistic. Because at the end of the day, 2 damaged people, and depending on the level of ability to talk about the damage, if you guys can't communicate that shit and be each other's rock in a time when you're both going through it or individually going through it, that's not going to be helpful. Yes. What Lunar said. Word, Eskimo. Baggage on baggage does not cancel out. Wow. Listen, if you have love for wounded puppies, get you a degree in something psychology type and go save the planet. You may have love like that. you may find your greatest success and somebody who can, be your strength when you need it. Think, I like to call us dented cans. The food inside is still perfectly good, but the can's a little bit dented. And so you have to watch the level of dented cans that, you're putting yourself next to. One may be spilling over. And sounds like you were with a dented can that was opened and yeah. So maybe you need to get into like helping others in some other way. Because your person who loves you most might be on the, fair and balanced side of a situation like that. Big hearts need to love more than one person. And I don't mean nothing freaky in that statement. The big, 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 big angel guide hearts often came here to do work with more than one. And if you fuck with the wrong one while you're on your path, you will be easily tossed off your path like a rag doll. Right, Miss Bonita. And angel guides do need like a year and some change of healing time in between relationships. I do believe that. You get hurt really bad. In between breakups of anything, I break for a year or longer. Because it does take time to like not look at everybody the same. Relationships usually don't end on a high note. So there you go, what Eskimo said. You just ran into one of them junts? What's a junt? I'm old. I'm gonna go wake up my dog again. Mouse. Moose. Can you stop? Go outside. Okay. Chances are both of y'all had some toxicity to you, especially if you guys can't talk. Resentment builds. But even if you didn't, whether you did or you didn't, it's a possibility you need someone a little bit more stable to help you be at your best. And Angel, it's not a joint, dork. Cigarettes. I don't smoke joints. I used to. I prefer the volcano. What you know about volcano life? Bonita, yes, you were toxic because you enabled the behavior your family never protected you always. Oh, Miss Bonita. Yeah, look at here, girlfriend. We were talking about this in the other chat. I'm going to need you to take a break, okay? I'm going to need you to have all the seats in the motherfucking room. Let me tell you what you need in a man. If you're trying to get down with somebody that's going to give you something that you need a pedestal. Guys, cover your ears. I'm about to say some fucked up shit. Miss Bonita, you need a pedestal, okay? You need to give yourself a year or two, maybe longer, of building up your greatness. Every fucking inch of it. Your greatness needs to be so great, the family can see it, and they still mad. Work on you, okay? And then you get you a guy who loves the shape of you, the look of you. He exists. He exists. But you got to get away from that magnet, the broken magnet, because that's what somebody tried to give to you. They're broken magnets. Okay? Somebody shared their broken magnet with you and they helped you. Okay, that was cool. Now you know what that broken magnet looks like. We know this. You see it in the other person, you recognize it, you understand. You got the data. Now we rework that shit. And you work on feeling better. Okay? You work on getting better. You work on feeling good. Listen, I too am coming down from well over 200 pounds. Nobody knew. Because I was going through some things. Okay? And I've taken my time. Last 3 years, lost a good, healthy chunk of that weight. And I went from 200 and something down to like 170. So I'm still working on it, taking my time. And yes, I may sample the party dip every now and again, but I know that they can't stay around. And I know it's nothing that's permanent. Furniture, get yourself together first. Okay? And yes, healing, you'll always be healing. You will always be healing that from damage like that because it's gonna childhood abuse affects the decisions you make as an adult because you'll always be looking for that place of protection. You'll always be in fight and flight mode. Speaking as someone who was, I live in fight or flight mode. It's just a part of it. So, but it's a protective place. So you need to have people in your space who won't violate that. People you can tell, hey, look, I've gone through some really fucked up shit. So I need this, this, and this. And they already know. Like they kind of have an idea. Not because they went through it and oh, me too. No, 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 no. You need somebody who supports you, loves you, imperfections and all. And you accept nothing less because there's an inner child you have to protect. That doesn't go away. I'm 46. I don't know how old you are. It doesn't change. So the greatest thing you can do right now is do your due diligence to get over that type of focus on that person. Whatever you got to do that feels good, that puts your energy elsewhere, if it's art, exercising, get out of the house, go join a gym, go join one of them prissy lady gyms or something. Everybody's probably giving good membership prices. But find something to invest in that is all about you and your greatness. And the healing is forever. So don't look at it like, okay, I got 3 years and I'm healed. It doesn't even work. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. The weight gain. Hey, listen. Take it from the dominatrix chick who's also a porn star. There's a lot of guys who love your big fat ass. Let me just be rough with you for a second. We were talking about fetishes earlier. And while you were working on yourself, honey, please don't be scared to legit. Like find a very comfortable gym. And while you're working on all of that goodness, and it's all like bouncing up and down on the treadmill, trust and believe, baby girl. I know plenty of men with muscles who want something to work with in the bedroom, is what I'm saying. So don't let the others and their magnetic bullshit be a part of who you are going forward. You've been taught everything backward. Motherfuckers feel bad about themselves. But that shit is, some of that data is completely off. In my bigger state, I had a lot of fans like, damn, Vanessa, like, I like the big you. And I'm like, oh, I'm used to being 135 pounds and titties looking like I'm going to fall over. And you know what? The bigger I got, the more guys liked me. Which is twisted and weird because you've been taught the opposite. But every big girl that's in my family, every big woman in my family, got a dude with muscles. Most of them bald heads in the gym and loving on their women. So, girlfriend, oh, that's gonna say, girl, I drink that bathwater. Listen, girlfriend, I would enjoy. I listen. You gonna be healing forever, but I would go buy yourself a couple of really cute outfits, make yourself feel real nice, and just shit. Take a nice book and go sit at a bar. Don't drink. Get you a little, soda and sip it slow, and go to the bar once or twice a week, and just sit quietly. And it's something cute. Some guy come over, can I buy you a drink? Oh, I'm just getting off work. Sexy secretary. Girl, you missing out. Why you big? I'm just telling you from one big girl to it. From one big woman to another. You've been told wrong, girlfriend. It's men that will be mad that you go into the gym. You will land you a dude that'll be like, Jim, no, let's go to Cold Stone and get you some ice cream. Girl, you missing out. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, girlfriend. It's some real men out there. You are missing. You've been redirected, misdirected, told wrong. I'm gonna need you to fix that focus. Cause you got misdirected. But we getting you back on track. We gonna get you back right, girl. Yes. Dewstone Dewstone North? Are you male or female? Where they at? Well, you gotta leave the house to find them. They're not gonna come through the TV or the phone to you. So takes a little work. There's that part. Takes a little work. You gotta leave the house type stuff. I can tell you it's a bunch of them. I know where a bunch of them are who like my big fat ass. You're still looking for what, Game Master? Yeah, Miss Bonita, that's their insecurities coming back at you for something like I said to them. And every guy has a preference, but you should be your own preference. It should be you making the choice, to be fair about that shit. And sometimes it's where you live. Where do you live? Are you living around people you grew up with? Well, yeah. What do you expect in that? Nothing coming out of that data. I don't know. Y'all can say what you want, but while I'm losing the weight, I found that, I wasn't getting any hate for my size. Boobs got bigger, butt got bigger, shit. You'd work out without eating. Oh my goodness. There you go, Miss Bonita, what Lovely K said. There you go. That's facts right there. That type of damage is passed on. It's taught. And the family that feeds you fattening foods got the nerve to call you. People are projecting. That's all. It's all certain ages people know how to do. And that's shitty data and it's upsetting. But we're all here to tell you You've been lied to. You've been lied to. Those people felt bad and they carried their shitty data and thought it was appropriate to share, and it's not. So there's plenty of men out there, and lady friends too, who will go through the journey with you. Ooh, lovely K coming in here with that real shit. That's that real right there. More facts. When you realize most people hate themselves, sometimes they do flock together to bully others, especially in the family dynamic. There's a need to, make sure they don't want to get picked on. So they'll stand to the side and watch you take all the hits. I think there's someone for everybody of all shapes and sizes. Some guys do enjoy thin women. Victoria's Secret loves them. I know, because I get to walk through the store. I used to walk through the store and look around and go, wow, ain't a motherfucking thing in here that'll fit me. And then you walk next door to Lane Bryant and get real. Hello, Dewstone. How does it work? Well, I do readings. I'm a remote viewer before tarot, so tarot is stretching out the data for me. But I do read by energy. Sometimes it's pretty clear when you drop into the room. Others will feel it here too. Because we're all psychic. So, you are amongst the awakened and then some. And if you like a reading, I prefer to do yes or no questions. Lovely K, you get men and women. Oops. That's nice. That's nice. I don't like to flirt with other guys' women's in the bathrooms at the clubs and boob and butt squeezing. And then walk out like I don't know her. Anyways, let's move on. So Elysian, Unicorn. There is no list. I take readings by energy. Loved it. Oh, lovely K, I'm sorry. Oh. The sleepwalkers are everywhere. The sleepwalkers are everywhere. Okay, so hello Maya. Elysian reading. Do you have a yes or no question? Dewstone North. Oh. 6. Every time we drift off. Oh, this is also 6. If you've never seen my old iPhone 6 before, it's got a random meme playing app. When I shake it, it plays a different sound. Sometimes it's connected. Sometimes 6 is just old and rude. So 6, can you reset the chat for us so we can move into questions?
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Anything else, 6?
What the fuck you doing here? Identify yourself. Who the fuck are you?
Okay. Fair enough. Hello to the sleepwalker in the room. Welcome. Don't get yourself booted out. All right. Elysian, can you get some guidance? You want guidance. I need a specific topic, but it's interesting. The phone gives that second one fairly appropriately sometimes. Fairly appropriate. Sleepwalker in the room. Seven of Swords. All right, what's your question, Elysian? Career. You want to know about your career. That's very general, but okay, let's see what the guides want you to know. What was your question? Good night, Game Master DJ. Thank you for hanging out. So you want some guidance on your career path. I don't know if I can do that because that's really about choice, isn't it? So you kind of have an idea of what you're doing already. Is it something you question whether you should start over? But you're in your head, right? Overthinking. So it's like inverting the self and wanting to go for something that doesn't require as much energy. What I keep hearing is challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. You need to challenge something. It feels like you're not going to be happy unless you're in something that is of a greater challenge to whatever you're focused on thinking about or you have plans for at this point. You may not find happiness in the monotony or the repetition of certain work. What's coming? Well, if you want it, you could find something that you really enjoy, something coming your way. That is not how it works. You need to be going towards it. But there is gain here. I do see potential for success. It's totally there. I see it. But you've got some paranoia issues you might want to work your way through first. Some fears of making a leap towards something. This could be having your own business. Very weird. I asked the question of, are you spoiled? Are you spoiled? Are you in some kind of situation where work isn't a necessary because you're being provided for? There's something to do with like You're looking for a good job offer. Are you really? I don't think you are. I don't really know if that's what you're doing. Have a wonderful evening, Bonita. Oh, are you leaving? Okay. Is Bonita stepping out? Is that what you're writing? You're looking for a good job offer, or you're looking for a job. You have to be actively seeking it in order for that to be the case. So I feel like you're not really driven, or as driven as one could be. Try to say this stuff nicely. Hold on, Shruti. If you really are looking, you should probably deal with that. You can go forward. I do see the potential for success here, and gains and wealth, but it sits on the other side of not doing anything. I don't want to call you lazy, but maybe you're not looking as hard as you could be. And it feels to me like you're not considering your current situation a financial loss. Like it feels like if something came your way, you would figure out a reason to not do it. You want something very specific. You procrastinated to some extent. Don't we all? We all procrastinate. What do you guys want you to know at this time? Oh, never mind. So, okay, so we get this solo, dolo energy here. Opportunity is there for you if you want it. You have the potential to seek employment if you'd like it, but maybe that's not the case. Because there's some lies going on here, some falsities. What's that card all about? Illusion. What is this? Pop quiz, you're not. Well, I don't want to say you're not taking it, but it's here. You need to take it. It's a new beginning, new cycle you want, but if you are, do you have plans for your own future on an individual level? Or are you just looking to be a pincushion for somebody who's going to waste your time and spoil your luck? You guys want you to stay on some type of, or find your spiritual path for the best level of luck and to find your gifts. But you have a pop quiz you need to take, and it's how you split yourself for others or make sacrifices for others. It's a loss, or, okay, I don't want to use the word loss. There's a devaluing of the self. Wouldn't that be the same as loss? Never mind, hold on. There's a... Anybody got another word that's nicer than devalue? It's trusting the self, Loving the self, loyalty, knowing what that looks like and feels like, expecting it, knowing that you deserve it. Let me know if my air conditioner is too loud, y'all. I will try to lift my voice a little. Part of your experience in this lifetime, my dear Elysian, is giving up too much for others. Giving up too much for those who don't value it or appreciate it. You guys want you to get ready to move on to another step in life, next lesson, next experience. You're having communication troubles with somebody. And that's your focus right now. Excuse me. If this is somebody that you can't have this conversation with to clear things up, you need to move on. Because that is the right path. In the meantime, everything seems okay with you right now. So you're experiencing freedom, working on your harmony. There's something you're supposed to be mastering about yourself too. I don't know if this is going back to school for something, sharpening up the education, whatever. Whatever. Abundance is a part of your life too. Something in abundance. You want to learn self-control. You want to learn how to control the things that you want. For shizzle. Well, my Powerball comes back here, the golden one. Cycles need to be broken for sure. So listen, you are missing out on build that's supposed to be happening. Building up the self. Delaying yourself right now. And the build of yourself cannot depend on the cooperation of someone else. So this is self-reliance. And Powerball, we all understand that, right? The lottery ticket is waiting for you. It's in your pocket. It's in your back pocket. But you have to remember yourself, and you have to come out of certain cycles to get that pocket, get that Powerball ticket. But it's understanding your value and self-worth. Because if you don't, this is a cycle that brings in haters, heartless people. It's a very, it's an energy where you get lost. Because you've given up yourself or given up your time and energy, and you think you're in love, and then you look up and in 10 years have gone by, and there's 2 little kids who talk back to you. Powerball is the lottery in the United States. It's the richest, it's the one with the biggest jackpot, big money. Doesn't mean you're going to win the lottery. It's just using the cards for the numbers. But I'm considering that ticket like your opportunity to lift yourself, to find the great lottery of you. Where's your own cash and prizes? Stop looking at other people as cash and prizes. And then the work is there for you. But you got to move on it. It's up to you. It's a choice. The cards can say yes all day, but if you sit on the couch for the next week, how good were the cards? So it's a choice. It's an effort. And it's maturity. Right now, you're not seeing your situation as a true financial loss, or you'd be on it. Yeah, it's a lottery ticket illusion, and you are the lottery ticket to yourself and sometimes to others who are more than happy to get all the money from the ticket and dump your feelings in the trash. And we don't want that. Lottery ticket is yours. Dewstone wants to know what's coming in love. What's coming in love? Okay. You're welcome, Elysian. 100% it's all about your efforts. But money's there for you. Success and wealth. But you gotta go get it. And you have to know that you are a lottery ticket. Okay. So back to Dewstone. Okay. Dewstone, are you male or female? I'm sorry if I asked you before. I would naturally forget these details. Are you male or female? Woman. Okay, thank you. So 3 comes here twice. Has a choice and in reverse. But what we start off with is the Knight of Cups. So at this time, you have options. You have people who are taking notice of you. You may be admiring or looking at someone else. But that's what I see in the cards. It's like you already have some offers here, but maybe you don't think they're high value offers or they just want something. I see a proposal here or but in this reverse, I don't know. You might have gone through some situations where you might be lumping others as all, lumping all the damage into anyone who comes your way. 3 of Cups reverses. So, is it possible you have some stuff going on that you might be carrying with you as luggage while you're looking for love? And that's not going to make things very good here, right? So maybe you dealt with somebody who was greedy with you or selfish with you. Cheating. So 3 hits 3. Well, yeah, that's right. Interesting. You're all 3s. Okay. You're all 3s. Why? Nonetheless, love coming your way. Yeah, it looks to me like you got some experiences or some stuff you need to get through first. You might have been with somebody who was violent or moody. But what comes out twice is you being in angel school. Yeah. Like all 3s. Wow. So you're going, yeah, okay. So in angel school, as I like to call it, you are a spirit guide, here to guide others in their energy, but you're having to go through human experiences so that you know how to help, or you're of greater assistance. And those thoughts put you into a very dark place, going through those experiences. Some people go through this level of damage in childhood so that they deal with it differently as adults. And then some people don't go through it through childhood, and so they suffer this break as an adult. But you are here to be of service to others. Yeah. Now, if you would like to finish in angel school, there's some tests of awareness that you need to take. Okay? And you're not taking them at this time. You're avoiding them. Now, if you don't get a hold of that data, you lose trust in the others. So you can't really be of service if you don't trust anybody. And you might let the wrong people in your space if you don't trust anybody. Angel school, it's where you are now. It's where we all are. Unless you're sleeping. Angel school is where you suffer. And then you come out 10 times stronger and you discover that big old heart of yours that you had focused on one dude really works. That heart works a lot better when you can give that love to more than one person. That can come in being of service to others, perhaps through your work or by choice or volunteering, perhaps a psychiatrist or a parent even. Sometimes you have to go through some really fucked up shit. And angels have it the hardest because you're a little bit more awake than the others. You ask the questions the others do not. But the sleepwalkers, they just have experiences. They don't take the tests. They are asleep. We bump into them. We suffer their foolishness, their fixed energy. They don't change their mind. They're stubborn forever. These are like the parents who teach you bad things, bad habits, and they don't even have the awareness to know that what they're teaching others is breaking them. It's the parent who calls their child a bitch and doesn't understand why when the child is 18, 19, 20, the child's acting like a bitch. It's growing up underneath the tutelage of a damaging family system, people who are just completely unaware of self, unapologetic for things, even after you point that shit out. They're the sleepwalkers. While you are the spirit guide who's having an experience, because you're here to make an impression upon more than one person. As you awaken, you're going to help others see the possibility for awakening within themselves. Most of them are going to die without it. But you have an opportunity to experience it because the test is here. So first, focus on you. First, ooh, yeah. First, you got to learn how to talk to people. First, you have to learn how to speak up for self so that you know how to push back on the energies that ain't gonna help you grow. And school is here like twice. So there's a family. It feels like a long family history of stuff, baggage. We just gotta like put it in a car for a long drive in the country and drop it off. There's some, and so you come from a family of people who never took the test of higher learning, higher awareness, higher acceptance of self, love of self. People who just might have just been big walking emotional fountains of energy, vengeful, people who didn't like themselves, so how could they like anyone else? People who may have bottled their emotions. People who like to pick, experiment, the pokers. Right now, what I'm sensing too is like, I don't know if this is anybody in this room, or the person who had really aggressive or violent siblings, and the parents never stopped the kids from fighting. And still to this day don't, they call it sibling rivalry, but what it is assault. It's violence in the household, and the parents are like, you guys stop fighting, and then they go back to watching soap operas or talking on the phone and completely ignoring violence happening in the other room, not understanding why the middle child or the youngest child is fucked up because they got pushed into a wall every day. Nobody really wants to acknowledge that damage. They are what I call sleepwalkers. Okay? I refer to them as sleepwalkers. You feel free to take on some of my data and call it your own. Because it helps me absorb their fucked up shit a little bit better. Like your sleep, your energy is fixed. Like a triangle. Ours is a little bit more like a ball. We can roll it, we can kick it, but if we're not careful, it easily becomes that triangle that doesn't roll, it don't go nowhere, don't do nothing, it's just there. Like the Sphinx. And what is inside of those sphinxes? Has somebody answer that question for me? What is inside the tombs in Egypt? What are those? Sleepwalkers can be narcissistic, sure. Oh, yes. I know that's such a blanket umbrella word, the narcissist, but I think, there's so many different medical levels to that. I'll just make a new umbrella that doesn't, we don't need to break out a dictionary to understand what it looks like when someone's asleep. Or sleepwalking, for that matter. How much balance do you get out of someone who is unaware, asleep? Or, maybe you sleep next to someone who's violent in their sleep. Maybe you have a kid that kicks in their sleep and then they want to hop in the bed with you and pee in the bed and kick you. Cosmic dust is cosmic energy. No, okay. Okay, no, no, okay. But what else did they find inside of those? Dead bodies is what I'm trying to get to. Okay? Dead. Dead. They're big tombs. Sure, they make noise when you blow wind inside of them, but what was in there? Dead people. So that's what I'm talking about. Fixed energy. These things don't move. We dedicate this symbol to someone, to a king and his beliefs, or to a conqueror or a ruler and their belief systems. We will follow them. We will go out and look at this big structure, and we will remember that this no longer here person wants us to act this way. We will worship it. We'll follow it to the letter. You know what I'm saying? It's old energy. Not saying we don't respect it. We do. But It is old data, and it may not apply to what's going on with you right now. However, it doesn't mean that that fixed energy can't become you. Cosmic dust. Okay, energy generators. But the generator's not moving anywhere and it's not generating energy. And no one's using it for that. It's a tourist site right now, right? Or am I wrong? Tell me some shit I don't know. Right now it's a tourist site, so it's generating income. But if this energy, if those sphinxes were people, they wouldn't go anywhere, right? Overthought that. Yeah, look, what's in it? Dead people. They found bodies in there. Sure, there's tiny little rooms and mazes and a labyrinth that goes way underground. It was very well thought out, beautiful. However, there's still dead bodies in there. Fixed energy that we worship and we follow traditions around that to this day, right? But those people didn't have stuff like a In-N-Out burger, Del Taco drive-through, heartburn. Maybe they did have heartburn, but they did have lights. They're very intelligent, highly intelligent people. Guides, they came up with lighting and water structure systems and all of this art stuff. Tarot cards even are claimed to have some history there. So they were intelligent people, but the data's old. And it doesn't apply to what we suffer through now in a way that we understand. I couldn't read anything on those walls and be like, that's what they meant. So we have to go through these experiences now. We have to be cognizant of the sphinxes in our parental units. We have to be aware of the fixed energy of the parental units who don't necessarily roll freely like you do in this day and age. And you young people, if I may date myself, you young people, you have so much going on with yourself that got a lot to go through in this age. When I was growing up, we didn't have the internet to pick on us. We had enough with the bullies at school. I didn't have to deal with the internet running behind me, bullying me. You don't have to deal with this whole new level of loss of self and ego. You don't have to deal with that. I mean, so much. So much you guys have to deal with. I would like to hug you guys, but yeah, Eskimo, ancient relics, dinosaurs. There you go. People go to, yes, it's immobile. As can be the fixed energy of parents. Older people, people giving you advice. I'm a little bit of a fixed energy. I can admit that. It's some shit I'm not going to do. I'm just not going to be open to some shit. Yeah, I have some fixed energy too. But you want to make sure you don't take all of the parental units fixed energy. For shizzle, you don't want to take that. So look at them, make sure you ain't copying that, and be aware. Biggest secret no one talks about. Whether you know it or not, you really want to get your brain around that, what you're looking at in the elders. Because you are drawn to that in relationships. Unawarely, you don't realize you're dating your parents. So know what you're looking at. Get a good look at it. Make sure you're not, by any means, if you don't like what you see in your parents, make sure you're not repeating it. Because you're drawn to it without even knowing. That was your first example of relations, whatever it was. That takes a pink dolly. It does. It takes a lot of awareness. But the earlier you start, the earlier you can be through that level of understanding of self. Don't wait till you're 40 or 50 trying to figure that shit out. I don't even know if it works then. There's no list I take by energy, you know that. Let's see if 6 has anything to put in here.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? You looking fine. Holy shit, you grew.
Yeah. You want to make sure you're taking in the right energy. Okay? Yeah, you could easily be drawing in. Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot right there. That is a lot. Pink Dolly. Well, I see Maya before you. Will you and Libra become closer friends?
All women are queens. If she breathes, she's a god.
Maya, if you're still here, you were asking about something that you want. That doesn't mean that the other person wants it. Somebody's not being honest with themselves. Divine intervention steps in some kind of way or another to keep this separation at bay. Perhaps you're not taking a hint. Let's see. Maya, you're being thirsty. Shift that focus. Listen, friendship is possible, but it ain't coming from no deck of cards. I can tell you that right there. Let's see. What are you missing, Maya? Yeah. So right now you're getting this space because your guides are at work with you. Maybe you should be working on opening the heart and maybe not the legs. Did I say that? Anyways, you guys want you to know you're on the right path. Though, in this space, in silence, you're doing better than you could be if you chose the wrong situation. Right now, you may be bringing chaos back towards you and focusing on the wrong person. You're getting a break right now for peace because it is time for you to make changes, focusing on different things. Last card, love yourself. You're focusing on a hold. You're focusing on somebody that you think is one way, and then you're going to get that person, and they ain't nothing like that. Whoever that is that you focused on, you might be looking at them and not realizing that person may have cheating issues, feeling issues. Wow. 11. My cards are leaping into random decks. In the 11 is one person chasing after another. That ain't you. So let's move on from that data. You can add that person to the list of people who have the kind of looks that you want in the right person for you. Make a list of what's good and bad. Stick to it. Shit. Shruti. Are you still here? And then Pink Dolly. Lunar Lotus, you say that message always gives you the creeps. Just imagine the message if you had your, sexy high heel shoes mashed into someone's crotch while they were screaming that out. That's where I go with it. Anyways. Shruti, are you still here? And you're welcome, Maya. Nope, Shruti's gone.
Good
question.
Yeah, that was a good question. Pink Dolly, are you still here? Pink Dolly. All right. I don't know what you need wisdom for. I don't have any wisdom to give you. I should not do that. My wisdom involves all the stuff that shouldn't be a part of this channel. Anyways, I don't know what wisdom you need. Let's see here. Messages. Pink Dolly. I hear Air Supply, the band. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right. Somebody's all out of luck. Okay. So we have an end to a cycle or something that really needs to come to an end. This could be a heartless masculine energy that could have come into your view or life, whatever. But you get 9 here twice. So we have a cycle here that you need to let go of. I don't know why you're holding on though, but that's sometimes what we do. Maybe waiting for someone to return or someone to take interest. Somebody has trouble letting go of the person who's turned their back. How does that work? I think they call that the Heimlich maneuver. So, okay, let's move on to advice. Whether it's you or someone else, somebody's focused on the past energy, nostalgia. Feels like crossing over the hill of somebody's ego. You might also be in a world where there are few thanks for your efforts. Not proper thanks. Hold on. Okay. You may have your attention focused on somebody. I don't want to call this a bad cycle, but it can become one. So someone's coming your way or in your space now who takes away from you. Maybe you don't see it. Something is bothering you or something blocks you from moving forward because you're afraid of something. Ooh, what is that? You're afraid to fail. You may be dealing with haters also. Envy people, envy beings. People who ain't going to be satisfied no matter what the fuck you do. Okay. Oh. I don't know what you're going through, Pink Dolly. You have some, there's a test not being taken. If you want to get out of this energy, because you have to find the other people you're supposed to be working with, helping. Whoever these are, whoever this is in your space or that you grew up with, there's nothing you can do to satisfy these people. I don't want to say fuck them, but I don't have anything better to say. So, that's what I'm going to say. Some people just are fixed energy, as I just got finished saying. It is what it is. Your work in this lifetime, though, is to take this test knowledge, recognize that in the self, and make sure that you aren't repeating it for another 10,000 fucking lifetimes. You may have some people or grew up around some people who don't take the proper things seriously. I see sex issues here. Perhaps cheating that you might have witnessed. Troubles or issues between parental units or whoever the older ones were in the house. Something with sexuality. Some type of I won't go any further than that, but feels like some type of boundary issues. You may have grown up not can't go any further than that. Nice. So there's a cycle of the others that you've seen all your life. You need to break that. You have to break that. Because you might have come into this world around people who didn't accept themselves. So it made it difficult to accept you. So it's a cycle you're aware of. It's time to come out of it, though. It's ego over the self, ego over the other selves. It's teaching other people to be submissive or run. Might be people who just didn't know how to finish things, have healthy conversations. Maybe parents who were too tired to deal with things. So now you come out with this inner conflict. You pay way too much attention to liars, gossipers, shit that don't really... Okay. Shit that shouldn't matter as much. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Like around unchecked egos. You have gifts coming your way. Your desires are lining up. They're coming your way. Make sure what you're desiring isn't junk, garbage, or bullshit. So right now your work is about balance. But this is my card of balance in love and possibly inviting in the baby maker. But a blank card is here, okay? So we get balance, okay? And your balance could come from love in another, but I don't ever want to put that data out, because it'll never be more important than you loving yourself. If you love yourself, it's a lot easier to spot the people who need to not be in your space. But in the meantime, in between time, you're missing money. So you do need to get to work on something, or at the very least getting through this data from the older ones. You don't want these people coming back on your bank account. Let's see that. Damn! Listen, you got a cycle to break. You got a whole cycle to break. What I just got the impression of was being in a family with people who can guilt you into doing things or try to make you belittle you, make you feel bad, because they're dorks. It's almost like conversation you, like, I don't want to hear it, but I don't have a choice but to hear it. I don't know how that works. They're greedy. Oh, honey. I'm sorry. So, okay. They are going to remain unchecked. That shit ain't gotta be about you, though. That don't have to be your damn life. So, blank slate for you. What can you do? Stay the path. Don't let nobody throw you off. Believe in yourself more than anyone else does. Diversify. For successful business. Ooh. There's a step you need to complete. The lesson you're getting right now is about experience of self, though. And what you have to do is turn your back to some bullshit. Plants that aren't growing need to be abandoned, forgotten. It should be about taking care of you and yours. Where your family, where your kids at? Do you have any? Because if you don't, and then it needs to be about you. Because you're surrounded by people who are trapped in their feelings, people who need to get a whole fucking grip. And if you don't get your mind right, get your space right, they're going to get a grip on you. So your guides want you to complete this awareness of self step. That's got to go first, for sure. Because the controlling nature of this, whatever that is, I don't know. Do you want to entertain that on the 31st of the month? I don't know. Okay, we're all different. So it's about harnessing your feminine power, though. But you do, listen, you have access to great abundance. You have gifts that sell. You have a skill. But you need inner peace to be at your best. It requires freedom. It requires a harmonious environment. It requires peace in your place. So the best thing I can advise you on for now or say is, like, get rid of distracting energies in your place, unless it's your kids or your pets. Grown folks that cause problems and ain't paying bills need to find other things to do with themselves, like outside of your space. You need to definitely, though, establish some hard lines with people around you, because you have the hot and cold energies around you, the two-faced ones. They look good, but they act bad. People who exaggerate for shit. You are open to opportunistic users. And that can come from the family influence. This is like the energy of the all or nothing. Give me all your money. You're not going to give it to me. You don't love me. You don't love me. Look at all I did for you. That is sticky data right there. That is some sticky data, baby. Listen. Well, the haters, what else are the haters supposed to do for a day job? What else are they supposed to do? Haters got to do their job. And you got to give the haters a reason to hate. That's your job. And it sucks that the haters might be related to you, but those are your first teachers. So, you have choice. You have a very gifted mind. I would not listen. Listen, Linda. You get no progress without discipline. Don't expect it from others. Right now, it's about your safety and you doing the build-up. You also need to get your rest. Are you sleeping well? And what you're missing, or maybe what you can call this shit, is like, is it being in an environment where people who are short on logic? Yeah, okay. Be careful. Listen, you got to cycle to break, because you will invite this into your house. You will have a relationship and children with it. So if you didn't like the energy of the parental guides, when we just talked about the fixed energy, if you don't like that, you might want to make sure you're not repeating it, because you're going to. And you want to get a hold of making sure nobody can test you too. Ooh-wee. Look at the family, make sure you're not repeating it. If you don't want to repeat it, make sure you're not. People could, yeah. So your family controlled with emotion. It's a cycle you gotta break, girlfriend. Well, you got Pink Dolly, you're gonna need your rest in order to take over the planet. That's how it works. Maybe we should ask Beyonce. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna need your rest to take over the world, is what I'm saying. So you really need to get your rest. That's a great way to become crazy. Just look it up. I'm not joking about that. It's a great way to be unstable and make just those quick, thoughtless little decisions. Okay, I'll give you $1,000. So you wanna get your rest. For sure, goddess, gotta get your rest. 6, anything to go with this?
You stupid.
Oh, that's a good thing to say to family. I don't know if I'd say that. I don't agree with that. 6, do you have anything better than that? It's a first reading. Be nice.
I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh my God.
She says, I'm not seeing enough movement. So there's work you need to get to, honey. But you got to get your rest. You have a lot to get to. And do it with as little distraction or interference as possible. First, get your rest. How are you going to come up with the best game plan? You gotta come up with it. Don't tell 6 you're not right about the stupid comment. I see what you wrote. But you gotta definitely get your rest. So you're on point. Because you're gonna have to be strong. There's wealth in your future or now. It's coming, it's there. You just gonna have to be prepared. So you don't miss it and you don't let anybody throw you off your path. P, yes, sometimes we all get work done when we can't sleep. You're cheating, but your brain still needs rest. Your brain still needs rest. Trust me, I'm a lifelong insomniac. Sometimes I have to force that sleep because you do get crazy without it. You're welcome, Pink Dolly. Best of luck. You're gonna be all right. I don't know about your money. Your wealth will be. Ooh, people are gonna be salivating. I feel that part. But lady balls. It does suck, P. It does suck, market. Shruti. You're trying to move on from a love interest, but you still find yourself stuck. You ain't trying to move on. 6, you got anything for Shruti?
Run.
Do you guys know that meme? I know that one. Did you hear it? That was hilarious. And quite profound at the exact same time. 6 said, run. That's hilarious. Oh my God, smoking a cigarette to that. Is it here? Let me see if I can find it and play it again. It's okay, right here. You can hear it again. See that one? It says run.
Run.
She said, what should you do? And I said, run. I think 6 answered that. I need to pull cards for that shit at all, do we? Run. Well, put your shoes on before you run. Make sure you can eat. P had a question. See, now the air conditioner turns off, you can hear it better.
Run.
Hope I don't get a strike for that. Anyways. Okay, you need to break a cycle. What's making you stuck? Y'all just gonna be holding conversations with 6. 6, what's got Shruti stuck?
That's a lot of damage.
I think that's also profound and jarringly accurate. Anything else you want to give to Shruti? 6?
You stupid.
Oh, that was rude. How about something nicer? What are you missing? Maturity and way too much focus on Wang. And you're in angel school. And you're being lazy. You're letting too much bad focus drag on. You're in a cycle of thought, so we can break that. You won't let go. It's on you. Gotta get grounded. accept the pause or the break, and move on to the next level. You're ready. And the wrong things you're letting the wrong energies have influence. And you might be focusing on somebody who was two-faced with you, a user. So now you've got doubt. That is baggage. You may also be holding on because you're afraid of what's next or whatever. And you're bored. It is time for change. Your guides want you to do that. Because that focus is chaos. There's no health in that. It's just confusion. Stalling. It's just wasting time. Rebecca, hello. I don't want to do pregnancy readings. I'm not the reader for that. I apologize to you ahead of time. I'm not the reader for that. Hello, Nora. Okay, let's see. What do we get here? Lots of arguments. P, you need a near future guidance. You might get a character assassination. Character assassination. What does that mean? The unknown. Fail in the haters, reversal of the 9. Whatever this is that you're afraid of coming out has some type of power over you. Comes from a test you're not taking. It's backed up twice. 2 kind of tests you're not taking. So you're going to be tested, hoping that the love of another isn't going to reveal some type of data. Clarify. That was a lot coming out all at once. All right, well. Okay, so what I wanted to clarify whatever the data was. We have the devil here. On the other end of that, we have oppression. What is this data that I'm looking at? We have a conversation that someone doesn't want to happen, so they're thinking about the best way to get around it, to preserve self or the way that you appear to others. So what was the damage? He wants control back. So the question I asked was, is this about abuse or something, or oppression of another? And the card comes out that says yes. Okay? This could be the card of some problem with the social interaction. But in the 3, there's going to be some other stuff here too, but I don't feel like naming. This can be is P. The oppressor. P the oppressor. Okay. Okay. Let's see what your guides want you to know. Real quick. P. It is time for some change. Dealing with targeted levels of focus. Well, there's some maturity and growing up that needs to happen here, whether it's for you or this other person. Like, your guys want you to protect yourself from bad energy right now. But there's a trust and a higher learning process that needs to happen here, too. Could be a situation that might require a lawyer, something like that. I don't know. Could be. Law and order might be required for this. You are dealing with somebody or some situation where there's no, may feel like somebody is acting in a certain way, but they're acting a certain way because of some illusion. Something isn't as it seems. So somebody's trying to keep somebody from something. Something financial. And they're doing this with controlled chaos. What is their plan? Moose is having a fight in his sleep over there. You said legal help is gonna happen. I feel like somebody has to make it happen. I feel like in the dancer here, I do feel like somebody kind of does need to speak up on it. Not gonna fall out of the sky. And the Princess of Wands, though, in reverse. It's like somebody being not really stable, putting on a show. Really get the feeling like somebody's lying. Somebody's not being very honest. Somebody doesn't want to be looked at under a close microscope. Somebody doesn't want their truth to come forward. But somebody needs to speak up on what the truth is. Somebody needs to speak up on what the truth is. Here's the activist, though. So I feel like the activist, for me, syncs up with the 7. So it feels like somebody who has knowledge of the past events, somebody who can speak up on behalf of others. They're here, as well as the public defender. So we have an activist and a public defender. To me, it feels like somebody does need to initiate or get the ball rolling, needs to speak up on behalf of others or a situation. And that might be you that needs to do that. And it is something it's the ego death of somebody trying to avoid disaster. I get all that. But it feels to me like somebody using another person as a way out of something. Making a target out of this person so people don't look at the person who's complaining or causing all the ruckus. Yeah, that's what I keep getting. Like, literally, my card of sexual weaknesses is here. Experimental sexuality. I know you're saying cheating, but I feel like something further than that. It feels like some type of non-consensual. Maybe there's some other type of abuse or something. I don't know. Oh boy. Right now, what your guides would like you to do is protect yourself from negative energies. You get the 333 here. For me, it's like, watch out for the fucking haters, man. Whew. And then they come back. So pop quiz returns twice. It's having awareness to deal with something, but you may need some counseling on other legalities around this. I get the vibration you shouldn't get all your data from a deck of fucking cards. Because I don't want you typing all your stuff into this. You may need some outside assistance with this. This is some legal help. Somebody is... It's a time sensitivity issue. But somebody expects that you'll be quiet. And there's more dirt here than what you're saying. There's way more here than what you're saying in some words. That's a lot. This is a lot. Right now, so, okay, you can focus on self-growth. You need something else to focus on. I don't know about this data right here. But, yeah, I don't want to give you too much on what to do simply because there's other variables here. Nonetheless, it involves impact on the health of self and others, so somebody might need to be the Good Samaritan. Somebody might need to be the leader. But with so many different variables to be thought of here, because I see money, I see actions that could be taken, I see somebody concerned with, will others forgive if you say the wrong thing? There's so many thought processes that are all wrong already. If it's protecting health and life of innocents who can't save themselves, what other thought process needs to be here except do the right thing? But if this is about saving yourself, it might just be needing to move the fuck out of other people's data, if possible. you may be dealing with or concerned about taking actions towards somebody who just doesn't give a fuck. They will make emotional choices. And if it doesn't necessarily impact you in this moment in time, that's the key no matter what. Okay? I think that's got to be so fucking primary that I don't see anything else that matters more than this. I really don't. I'm sorry. I know you wanted deeper advice, like what's going to come next if I do this? What if I... And I would like to break down the timelines, but there's variables on what the others will do. That would need to be looked at also. And there's a lesson here. There's a life experience. And I think it's more important for you to save your mental and your energy and your health. I think it's better for you to avoid the negativity of the situation and how it impacts you in your future. I think that's first. Okay? Maybe get over your test or your exam and all that stuff. And then if you want to come back to this data, maybe you won't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that could throw you off track in a way that affects your future. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's you that really has to choose if you want to focus on the masculine energy or if you want to focus on yourself. And maybe not sacrificing for lessons that other people have already been enduring long before you thought about intercepting. So that's an issue too. Like, there's just variables. And you do have so much of the knowledge already, so don't block your own clock. Don't block your own clock focusing on the past data of the other adults who had plenty of opportunity to learn. Feels to me like some people made financial choices no matter what the suffering was. That didn't occur or didn't matter, whatever. Make sure you're in a good place before you try to correct other people's bad math. That may not, this may not be the right time for you to try to correct other people's stuff. I think you need to work with you first. Get your greatness together, and then that makes it a little bit easier if you want to come back, you know. You're not so affected. Oops. You're not so affected by other people's dumb shit or how they respond or the ability they have to to throw you off track. So you have some time sensitivity things you need to focus on first. Okay? Period. And no, we're not going to feel stupid, P. That's not what we're going to do. We're having lessons. You're learning. Sometimes you put your head on the desk and you go to sleep for a few minutes. Now you're awake. Okay, I'm looking around. Wipe the drool off and get to it. But do you first. Make sure your shit is together. Whatever that is, that if it's a test or something you know your ass will be thrown off by if you entertain this energy or you go into this situation. And like, you're not everybody's sacrifice. And you're not here to sacrifice for everybody. 6, do you have anything for P? Boiling water. Do you swim in that shit? No. That sounds like other people's boiling water. Unless your ass is in it. I don't know. I don't know. These are choices you have to deal with. But it feels like you hopping into a pot of boiling water that ain't your pot. Maybe not this week maybe it's not your pot this week. Maybe it's not your turn. Is all I'm saying about that, okay? Yeah, this feels like old data. May you be read. And if you're looking for spiritual help, spirits are with you at all times and all that stuff. You still have to take the action. You still have to make the decision on what's next. SS lady, no job seeking, but no luck. You don't find a way out. Well, I can tell you're overthinking stuff an awful lot. Thinking isn't moving, though. Do you have somebody in your environment who's a little bit dominant, or is there a masculine energy around you? SS lady? Y'all, I'm freezing. I'm going to turn the heater on. No? No? There's something here that distracts you. Sorry, I'm going to speak up a little bit louder for the heater. I don't know, SS lady. There's something else going on here. Well, okay, maybe it's not a masculine energy, but it is an ego energy. So what are you focused on? What's your target focus? We're in the head, but maybe not on 2 feet. So, yeah, there's some self-control that needs to happen here. Something you should be working on. I see that. But there's some self-control that we're needing to work on. You're lacking. So we need to stop hoping and start making things happen here, right? You're getting my card of love yourself too. Sometimes if you wait too long to get up and get moving, it gets harder to do that. So you get the test here the test and an unchecked awareness. So you have some unchecked awareness going on here that's not like something got you in your feelings. You're experiencing the pushback, which can be a redirection. And you get what's the word? You get turned off real easy. One keeps coming back. What is this? One keeps coming back. There it is again. Are you sure there's no masculine energy in your environment? What is this? What? Okay. Listen, every deck listen, every time I pick up the card, one is hiding back here. One is hiding back here. So what's the... Okay. So are we... if it's not a masculine energy, then it's the ego. And we might be having some fear play, some ego, afraid of rejection issues going on. Okay, so my spiritual card of the analyzer comes out here. Over-analyzing. I'm not being very consistent. And I don't know how long you wait, but, something you're avoiding. And probably because you're not getting as good of a night's sleep when you're stressed. And withdrawn. And there's tired again. Now you're at the point of guessing. Here's the test again. Your guides want you to knock that shit off. In its place. Knock something off because it's false, fraudulent lying. Lying to yourself. She's not going to walk up to your front door, so... Your guides want you to be aware that you are manifesting more of what you focus on. So you're saying, I want a job, I want this, I wish I had that. Your subconscious is only aware that you're expressing this energy about what you don't have. So the lack gets bigger. There's some weakness here. And if it ain't lust, then it's wanting something to happen easier. And then the test is here again. So it's about coming up with a good plan, making actual physical moves. Clarify the act. So in the act of movement, you may, are you doing something that's like are you seeking some kind of work that might be like first responder type stuff? Or what do they call everybody during the coronavirus? Essential worker? Nonetheless, there's an energy or a lack of motion you need to crawl yourself out of here. We get the 3 of Wands. In the 3 of Wands, though, there's success, there's security here if you want it. But ego can easily be the ruin of that. With the Hanged Man here, waiting while money drains and drips away is what I think in this card. You get the costume designer here. This might be somebody looking towards or looking for a certain type of job they might need to expand on or get more education on. You might be living in the wrong place too. So change has to happen and you're trying to figure out how to do that. Well, it takes strength. It takes coming up with that decision and a game plan. See, she's planning right there. Test job. SS is it? So I said what job might be best outside of whatever you're looking for now. What comes out is makes it 5 of Cups and the Lovers. So there may be some greater happiness in helping other people. But feels like some type of work that needs to be closer than whatever you're looking for now, closer in distance. What I'm seeing, or what I just got the hint of, is helping other people who need help with stuff. The first thing that came to mind was like grocery shopping or delivering or some type of business that helps people. But it feels like a job that is of service to people who are too busy for whether it's for work or life. The sun is here. So it feels like helping people get things done with their day. Could be chores or some type of organization. And I don't want to say counseling quite as easily as it could be like helping people. Chores, tasks, preparations for events. A wedding is here too. So it could be something where you're helping other people on a day like that. Maybe arrangements, planning. Concierge? What? So we have the ace here. You do have access to some higher data here, I feel. But, okay, so you're getting wealth too. I like this, but where's your focus? That's something to do with that. You're off balance with that. Okay? There's a cycle of everybody's got to fucking break that shit, but yeah. Boy, there's a loss of sense of self. But you do have great potential and an opportunity at this time. It's you that's got to see the next job. But if you're looking for money right now, talking about that, you may need to be a little more open to the type of jobs you're going for. Because I really do feel like there's some job available where you're assisting people directly, perhaps helping them with something directly. Could be. My first feeling was like helping elderly people with something that they are having trouble doing for themselves, or the other thing could be like helping people get through overcoming struggle, heartbreak, damage. helping people find their way through disappointments, helping people find their way towards strength. Because disappointment and the Lovers is here. In reverse. I'm going to get the glare off the cards. Okay. So they're here in reverse. So let's turn them right side up. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get the glare off. I apologize. I think that's it. Okay. So we get the 5 of Cups, right? And when that's upside down, though, so it's like using your intelligence for kindness, charitable acts, forming new alliances. This is a good idea. Yeah, right? Then we got the Lovers. And they were upside down. Let's remember that. So it's people who may be suffering the trials and tribulations of heartbreak, bad parenting, whatever. Then we get the Strength here. So you could be helping people find their way towards strength, coming out of a place of disappointment. Could be caring for those who cannot help themselves. Teaching people how to, find their strength. What'd you write? Right. I see what you wrote there about the people around you. They're a part of your experience. They're a part of your lesson. They make you stronger so that you can go forward. Yes, they suck, but look at the bright side. You have the ability to change. They don't. You have the intellect to know that a better person and a better experience is possible. They don't. They don't get that shot in this lifetime. So the energy they have is the energy they're stuck with. However, you're going to need to open yourself up in the working world. Okay? You may need to go for some other types of work. But it's going to take an effort on your part to be open to that. 6, do you have anything for SS? You know what that is? That is opportunity knocking at the door. Are you going to answer it? Anything else, 6?
These nuts. Got me. Got me.
Sorry about that. Many apologies. 6 is rude. 6, do you have anything a little more respectful to say?
I know the power of patriarchy. I know what men can do when they're angry.
Me too. Anywho, SS, you didn't understand that. I might not be the reader for you. I really like to read for the people who are pretty much awake and just need a few extra batteries in the flashlight. And then you just hop out of bed, put your shoes on, and keep walking. So, SS lady, you're going to have to be open to some other stuff. You might have to be open to some other things until you can remove yourself from the environment of chaos. Oh, you didn't understand what... Oh. Okay. 6.
And once again, asking for your financial support.
Sometimes 6 just has a little bit to contribute. Doesn't mean anything at all. Doesn't mean a thing. Okay. All right, you guys. The rest of y'all's questions, Shinobi, Miramar, those are weird questions. That's a tough one, Shinobi. I can't answer that. You gotta formulate that question just a little bit different. All right, you guys. 3 hours. I am hopefully improving on getting more eyes to the channel a little bit. I ain't reading for John Holmes. He did. He did. That is an awkward name to come in here with, though. Is someone manipulating you with sexual thoughts? You're asleep, honey. I'm not the reader for you. Electronic digital, I'm not the reader for you. Your parents named you John Holmes? Are you serious, bro? Okay. Cool. That's cool. Famous name. Very famous name. John Holmes Jr., as in your father was? Or... Thank you, Eskimo, for noticing that while everyone's just dumping all their questions into the chat. This is interesting. Oh, you're the melanated version. Oh. Boy, I could tell some stories about that situation, but I won't. I'll just say I knew his son. The Nash. Not John Holmes. Kavita, I've been sitting here for 3.5 hours. I am definitely about to wind this up because it's 2 in the morning where I live. I need to sleep. So, thank you guys so much. If you would like a reading next time, you'll have to catch me a little bit earlier, just a little. I don't want to give you guys readings while I'm starting to feel myself go into the sleep zone. That's not right, not fair. So, yes. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you do want a reading and you don't want to miss the lives, you're going to have to hit that like button and the bell so you get the notifications and you know when I'm online. And then you can get your free reading where we just go through all your data for like an hour. Yes, Eskimo, I'm trying to figure this thing out. So we can get a few more eyes in here, but if they ain't supposed to be here, I'm accepting of that as well. So, I see sitting on longer gets a whole nother continent of attention, which is cool. Hello, everyone. 6, could you say goodnight to everyone? Eskimo, please get your rest, goddess. All my goddesses in here. Lunar, all y'all get your rest. 6, say goodnight to everyone.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
And hello to those of you who are finally awake. I appreciate you guys all. I love you guys. You guys are all absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal guides and goddesses. Have a wonderful evening. Remember, you are well. Thank you for watching. And for those of you who are new, welcome to Psi Divine. Again, look forward to seeing you next time. Have a wonderful morning, evening, night, whatever. Bye-bye.